Hello, welcome to Hardin Local Weekly. We're glad to have you here on September 30th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're excited to have the Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club with us today. And of course, we have the rest of the crew. Bring them all up here. Hey guys, good to see everybody this week.
Hello, hello.
Before I get started, I wanted to make a correction. Our QR code at the beginning that shows the pricing for the fundraiser, the bourbon pool is actually $70. Is that right? And then the meal is $40. So it'd be a combo of $110. Correct.
No. I was wrong. So you got it right. You're
okay.
right.
All right. We'll show that one more time before. You guys can scan this to get to the ticket if you're interested in being part of this fundraiser. We will be talking about it here shortly. Before we get started, though, wanted to go ahead and introduce everybody. Of course, we have Nate. Nate, tell us one thing that you did in the past week in Hardin County that you really enjoyed.
Went downtown and hung out at the Harvest Festival before all the fireworks broke out. So I was safe. I was never in any trouble, but met some people that follow us. They said they like the show. They like where we're going. They like getting updates from John. They like the business stuff. They like the interviews. So that was neat to just hobnob and network with people that love us and think and believe in what we're doing.
That's great. Before I get over here to John, I want you guys to scan our QR code or go to hardinlocal.com. You can find our weekly event count. Yeah, you can find our weekly event calendar up there, which is a PDF, and it has the links to the Facebook event or whatever. But you can find it there at hardinlocal.com. We'd also really appreciate it if you go ahead and take the time to go through our checklist, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us across social media, and hit the little bell in the top right-hand corner to subscribe with your email as well. And if you own a business, there's a business checklist there too. And lastly, if you're curious about our editorial policy, that you can find at the bottom of that webpage, hardinlocal.com. John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. I got to do something this weekend that I've never done before, and it was a great experience. I've eaten a lot of corn dogs, but I got to make my own corn dog, and that was a lot of fun.
Never done that.
I saw that video. We're going to have it, not on stream, but it's going to come out shortly.
You're going to have to cook a corn dog live, John.
Hey, I can maybe do that. We can maybe figure it out.
Yeah, we could maybe. And Scott, give us one thing that you've done the past week in Hardin County that you've really enjoyed.
Let's see here. I don't get out too much. I'm just working from home. I would just say, man, it's a tough one.
Just it is. That's fine.
You know, we had the weekend up in Louisville for North Hardin. And stuff.
I saw that. Why don't you talk for a second about that, because you were still there supporting North Hardin, right?
Right. So
how'd that go?
North Hardin and a lot of different adjoining counties and their marching bands with high school. The kids really just phenomenal. That's an understatement. They did really good with everything. So yeah, it was a good time outside of Hardin County, but other than that, you know.
Well, it's still kind of similar, because what did North Hardin win, or did they place? Or
well, we placed third overall.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
I noticed that you posted a picture on Hardin Local's main page. That picture got over 30,000 views, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
All while you're spending some time being dad.
Yeah.
So we also have our special guest here from the Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club. I'm trying to keep it straight, and we have Tiffany and Christine. Is it Christina or Christine? Christiane. Okay, I'm probably gonna mess that up again.
Okay.
Sorry about that. What?
My mom.
Yeah, what's something that you guys did? Same question to both of you. What's something you all done in the past week in Hardin County that you really enjoyed?
Ice cream. That's my go-to. Deuster's, Dreamery, Dairy Queen. There's no wrong answer.
That's great. I know we're excited about Deuster's opening a new location on the south end, so that should be cool. Eventually. All right. Well, we'll get ahead. We're going to go ahead and move on over to our special guest segment, which give me a minute to get this set up quite right, so that I'm going to have to drop a few guys off screen so that this works right for our recording.
Bye-bye.
You'll still be able to talk, but you won't be able to hear you. Or we'll be able to hear you, but let's not see you. Yeah.
My wife does the same thing when she's mad at me. It's okay.
All right, girls, ladies. Let's get to know you for a few minutes briefly. So, Chris, do you have a nickname I can use?
Christiane. Or Chris.
Christiane. Chris. Okay, let's call you Chris. That'll be easier. Chris and Tiffany. Before we dive into the amazing work that FKSCC is doing, let's take a minute so our audience can get to know you both a little better. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourselves and how you became involved with the Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club?
Who wants to go
Either
first?
one.
I'll go first. I'm Tiffany, and I was actually stationed in Fort Knox with my husband about 5 years ago, and I got roped into the club back then. I was in a much smaller role, but I really enjoyed my time. We've since moved, and then we just recently moved back to Fort Knox, and Chris over there wrote me back into this position. She said, "Do you want to join the board again?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "What do you think about being president?" And I said, "Yeah, let's give it a go." So I took over presidency in June officially.
And she's rocking it.
I'm sure. It's always so much work to be in charge of an organization. Not like people don't realize how much work it is.
A lot of free labor going in so far.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Chris?
Well, we moved here in 2018, and my husband was active duty, and we chose this area because we thought we could maybe get 2 assignments to get our kids through high school without moving, and the Army was so kind, and they let us do that. So he had 2 assignments at Fort Knox, and he just retired this March, and we have chosen to make Hardin County home because we love this community so much. I joined Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club right away because I believed in the mission and made all my friends. That's where I've made friends. And then as I'm getting involved in the local community, meeting more.
Mm-hmm. That's great. What drew, well, I guess the next question kind of answered, you both kind of already answered it. What drew you personally to this organization? So we'll just skip that one. I got a couple quick questions. Are you morning person or a night owl?
I'm a night owl.
I'm morning.
I'm a morning person too. If you could only keep one, would it be biscuits or cornbread?
Can I have cheesy garlic bread?
Yes. You can.
Okay.
I wouldn't pick either of those. I'd probably go with the Texas Roadhouse yeasty buttery cinnamon roll.
There we go. I definitely don't pick cornbread. My mom does not like, she's like, "You don't like cornbread?" I've told her 1,000 times. She still offers it. But she does make good cornbread if I actually liked it. Do you guys have a go-to spot in Hardin County when you want to unwind or go eat or enjoy yourself, relax a bit in public?
I like Freddy's right now. I've got 2 littles and they love a good frozen custard. So if we're doing dinner, it's nice, quick, easy, and it's always delicious. And then if I'm just out and about on the town by myself, I'm going to hit up Barnes and Nobles.
I like Freeman Lake. Great place to de-stress, and the trails are always well maintained and run into familiar people. And if we're out, we eat everywhere. Chalupas is our favorite Mexican restaurant. My son is actually not here. And when I went up to visit him, I brought him the largest salsa container I could bring him and carried it in a cooler. So Chalupas was like our every Friday night.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like chalupas. What was the last book, show, or podcast you enjoyed?
I have a goal to read 100 books this year, and one of the last books I read that I really loved was Remarkably Bright Creatures, and I believe it's actually going to become a movie soon, so I'm excited to see that if that comes to fruition.
That sounds interesting. What about you, Chris?
Our Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club has a book club, and our last one was the Berlin Letters, and that was a really good book. It wasn't a World War II themed book, so that was kind of refreshing. And our book club is ran by another member, but we are reading books and then we're dining wherever that book takes place in the world. So we are eventually going to read a book that takes place in Korea so we can go to K-pop.
Okay. K-pop, that's more grand opening. Great. Well, that's cool that you guys have a book club too. Sounds like there's quite a bit going on. So thanks for sharing that. It's always great for our audience to meet the people behind the roles. So now let's shift into the bigger picture, the organization you're here to represent, just the Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club, FKSCC. I will probably start referring it to that for the rest of this.
Perfect.
For those who may not be familiar with this organization, what is the Fort Knox Spouses and Community Club?
To sum it up, we're a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to connect and to contribute. So we want to find all the people that are moving to our community, whether it be on post or just locally outside of post. And then we want to connect them with each other and with places, locations, and things to do around home.
Why does so that's why it exists? I'm assuming. How does that look? What do you guys do for outreach? Like, what's that look like in reality? Because that sounds difficult to me.
It can be, but to sum it up, we have a large community. I believe we have like 150 active members right now. You don't have to be directly military affiliated with the Army or anything. You can be a local community member, but we gather everyone together. We have lots of different events that we can talk about moving forward, but our ultimate goal is to raise funds for grants and scholarships to give out to both our military community and the surrounding local community.
Okay, great. And you kind of already answered it, but who can be a member and how can someone get involved?
Anyone could be a member. We have our website, which I believe you have posted. They can join there. You can come, you can attend our monthly mixers. We have so many subclubs. So anything that you're interested in, we have a group specifically tailored for you. We meet at all different times of day. So if you've got little kids at home, we've got an event. If you work, we've got later night events. And then you just come to what you feel interested in and skip the rest and participate what benefits you the most.
So like book club, we have a group that goes and tastes bourbon. We have a wine club. We have a lunch bunch. We have moms with kiddos. We have a day tripper. So like day trippers tomorrow is going to Glendale and they're going to go buy these big fancy mums and then eat at Whistle Stop and shop at the antique stores.
That sounds great and very interesting too. I know whenever my kid was little and it was always difficult to find his mom. It was always hard to find things, groups of moms to be able to do things with. She was pretty good at figuring it out. But I know guys, I had no idea that you guys did all that. So you already said you have about 150 members. What type of activity? Well, you already even answered my next question for me. That's great. On the contribution side, can you share kind of about the scholarships and the grant programs that you all are working with?
So just the last few years alone, we've been able to give nearly $100,000. That looks like 50 grants and 45 scholarships. Those grants and scholarships goes to military spouses who are trying to continue their education. It looks like high school students going into college, as well as college kids recurring. So if you're a freshman, you can still apply for another scholarship to help with sophomore and so on. And then our grants go out to local communities, whether that be in Hardin County or on post. We've got lots of different organizations that have come back to us and been repeat grant recipients. And then we'd always love to have new potential recipients apply as well.
Okay. Could you give us a couple examples or at least one of the local organizations that you guys have supported?
Yeah. So traditionally, we have repetitively supported the Hardin County Library, Friends of the Hardin County Library, Camp Tessa. CASA, which is another local organization. A lot of times we do a lot of like project graduation grants to help with that, as well as like sports teams and clubs.
That's great. What I saw a post and I shared it the other day. Was it called flocking or what?
Yeah.
Can you guys talk about that for a second?
Absolutely.
It seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. So one of our really fun, kind of lighthearted fundraisers that we do is for $20. You can have your yard flocked if you live locally. And if you don't live
on
locally,
post.
On post. And if you don't live on post, you can give us $20 and we'll flock anyone. But we have a mother flocker and her name is Megan and she is wonderful. And she goes out very sneaky like, and she puts a bunch of different plastic flamingos all over your yard, and she gives you a little goodie bag on your door. And we've got lots of signs so we can flock for like a new baby, for graduation, if you're moving in and you have new neighbors, or if your neighbors are leaving us, a farewell, really any reason, just for the fun of it. We can flock your yard, and that's a fun little fundraiser that we're able to do all year long and build up our funds for grants and scholarships.
That's great. And for all the viewers out there, you can go to hardinlocal.com. It's our Linktree page, and I've linked their website, their Facebook page, and the ticket page too. The ticket page is actually at the top of the links. And I'll add that flocking link because I saw that on y'all's website as well.
If you know anyone that works, we can also flock the front of like a workplace. So if you know someone that works on post and want to flock them, we can do that too.
And if it's like you said if it's not on base, then it's basically just on Fort Knox where that happens.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's all we have. That's all we have the capability of flocking currently.
Makes sense for $20,
They don't fly very far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's incredible impact that you guys are making. And of course, that kind of support requires strong fundraising, which brings us to your biggest event of the year, the Boots, Bling, and Bourbon fundraiser. Can you walk us through what this event is all about?
I got it in get ready.
Got your wardrobe.
Yes. So it's Boots, Bourbon, they can't see it, Bourbon and Bling. And that truly is our largest fundraiser of the year. And we're very, very excited. And we are successful because we have so much support from our community, to include distilleries. We get lots of donations, and we're still looking for donations of bourbon to pull this night off. So tell me again what your question is, because I was so excited.
I noticed the excitement. Can you walk us through what this event is all about and what makes it special?
It is special. One, it's our biggest and probably, I think, our funnest. So it is a bourbon pull. The evening includes a dinner this year. Normally, we've always done just heavy appetizers. But tonight, you're going to get fried chicken, barbecue ribs, appetizers, yummy sides, and dessert. And we have 3 distilleries coming for free tastings of bourbon.
Plus a cash
bar. We'll also have, a cash bar. So you can drink all the bourbon you can handle as long as you have a designated driver. So it is hosted on Fort Knox, so you must have access to post to be able to attend. But when you get there, we will have a silent auction, as well as one game is a live auction, which is for our larger, higher valued prizes of bourbon. And then we will have some play-to-pay games. We also have a jail. So I have it on good word that Chief Judge Executive will be there. And if you'd like to put him in jail for a few minutes, you could. But he also has the option of buying a get-out-of-jail sticker so he can avoid being arrested. But people can pay a warrant for his arrest if they would so like.
Oh, really? I may be interested in that.
Yes, I think so.
Especially if you're talking about the Hardin County Judge Executive.
Yes, he has already purchased his tickets and the misses, and they will be in attendance.
Good to know.
You can send in a donation with a note, and we'll make sure he goes straight to jail.
Okay, I will do that. So
from yours truly.
Exactly. So you kind of already explained from the food to the games. in the bourbon pool. Can you talk a little bit more about the bourbon pool specifically?
Yes. So this started 6 years ago, and we started on a much smaller level with maybe only 50 people. And it started in a patio of a golf course. And one of our previous presidents, it was his idea. It was Steve Schmidt. And he had this brilliant idea of let's embrace the Kentucky culture with bourbon. And found that a lot of at that time, it was really mostly our military members and families that attended. And we've since then really expanded. We've gone from the golf course patio to the Patton Museum to now we're at Saber and Quill, where we can host a lot more people, which is why we can really open it to anybody in the public. You don't have to be a member to attend. So for a bourbon pull, the way we're doing it this year, kind of on the Western theme, is you come up to us when we open at 6 p.m. and one of our lovely hostesses will hand you a random playing card. And on that playing card, it could be a queen of spades on a black deck, because we'll have multiple decks, because only a deck has 52 cards. So we have different colored decks. And then we will have all the bourbon laid out. And you won't know which bottle is yours. So then at the end of the evening, we'll pull out the card that you have and you will find out what random bottle you have. So most of our bottles are valued around average of $50, but we have some bottles that you could pull that are worth $100. So it is well worth your price to get a nice bottle of bourbon and dinner, and then the option to participate in our games.
Great. Is there can people support this event without attending? If so, how?
Absolutely. We'll take all the money you'd like to give us to scholarships and grants. If you go to our website, www.fortknoxscc.com, in the right-hand corner, we have a donate button. But if you just have way too much bourbon that you can't drink and you'd like to share it with us, we still need more donations. And Johnny O's has been super, super kind and always supportive the last several years, as well as the Hardin County Bourbon Club in supporting our mission. But you could go to Johnny O's and say, this is for the Fort Knox Spouses Club, and they will hold a bourbon donation for us.
Okay. And are you still open for community sponsors? I know like First Command and Swope, they're helping make this possible. I think I saw a place on your website where you could still do a sponsorship for like $250 or $500. All right,
I'll take any monetary donation, but on the website it does break down because if you do sponsor us at different levels, it does come with different perks. So if you are interested in that, we want to make sure that you get all the perks that come along with that.
Okay.
But definitely shout out to First Command. Every person will go home with a bourbon glass, compliments of First Command.
Yes.
That's great.
And thank you to Swope as well.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do it without them.
All right, Christina and Tiffany, or Chris and Tiffany, thank you for giving us a closer look at both you and the Fort Knox Spouse and Community Club. We're excited to see the impact of this year's Boots, Bling, and Bourbon fundraiser we'll have on the community. Let's check the comments before we let you guys go. And let me bring the rest of the guys back.
Outdo me with your bling when you show up. I'll be there.
Bringing everybody back on. Let's check the comments. All right, we got one here from Janet Edlin. The Navy Wives Club at Mare Island Naval Base near Napa Valley was my community when my daughter was born, but all our family is back here in Hardin Town.
Well, come join us, Janet. We'd love to have you.
And, it looks like Scott posted this to Hardin Local. That is their website, just so you know.
Hey, can I shout out some of our special prizes that you could win through either the auction or pool to bring in a little bit more? As it stands now, we currently have about 6 bottles of Blanton's Gold Top. We have a Michter's limited release barrel strength Kentucky straight bourbon, and that bottle alone is valued at about $389. And then we have quite a few more Blantons. We have a Wenzel's. We have a Wadey and Boot and Sons Vintage Barrel Selection Ancient Reserve, and that's a 13-year bottle. And then we've also really been fortunate to work the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, where we got quite a few bottles of bourbon donated that have the signatures from the master distillers. So not only can you grab a bottle of bourbon, but these are going to be bottles of bourbon that you can't purchase from a store. You're going to have signatures. We got special bottled from different casks that aren't, you can't just purchase anywhere. They were specific to that event. So
and we have 2 barrels.
Yeah, we have 2 full barrels. We've got some bourbon barrel furnitures that's being built and donated. We've got a couple lamps, some candles. We've got lots of great stuff. We have and we also have some stuff that's not specifically bourbon related. So if you're like, this sounds like a fun night, but I'm not necessarily super into bourbon, please come join us, because we've got lots of other great things that you can enjoy as well.
That's great. We did have one other, I wanted to at least shout out Megan Roach. She posted a few times. I can't wait. And I know where I'll be most of that night.
That's our mother flocker.
That's great. There is one last question I had, just because I was thinking of it. Like, I've never gone on base. Like, if I was going to go to an event where I was drinking and needed a DD, like, what if somebody wanted to get on base like an Uber? Is that even possible? Well, can Ubers get on base, or do you guys even know? Like, if somebody wanted to, have an Uber drop them off and then pick them back up after?
Yeah, so they would be able to access space as long as they have like the real ID or that access. So that would be something that shouldn't hinder it.
Okay, yeah, because you never really know about the Uber driver.
Yeah. Well, now you'll know that they're at least background checked enough to get on to Fort Knox.
Good to know. Well, we thank you guys for joining us, and we'll continue to promote your QR code here the rest of the show. And like I say, you can go to hardinlocal.com and find the rest of those links that are related to their Facebook page and their website. So you don't even have to remember it. Just go to hardinlocal.com.
Thank you so much. We appreciate community support.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do what we do without you, and it is an honor to give back to our community.
Well, we appreciate you all joining. We've been wanting to pull in more of the different areas of the county during this podcast. It wasn't something I did back version 1 podcast. We focused a little too much on E-Town. So we really appreciate you guys for joining the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And if you guys ever have any needs or need to promote anything again, you know how to reach me.
We will, for sure.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys. Oops. Did I get...
Scott had to leave.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I kick Scott? Okay.
No, he says the message. Scott had to leave.
Oh, it's in the private. Okay. I see. All right. Well, we'll switch over to business updates, Nate. Before we get started on what you had on your agenda, I actually pulled down your little videos that you took over the weekend. Thought you might like to comment on those real quick.
Yeah. So
I'll start on the mall one right here. Let me get it pulled up.
Yeah, so this is the mall. This angle is basically when you're coming in from Fazoli's. You can see it's definitely been split. JCPenney and Bill's are over to the left side. And I'm pretty sure I know who these front two are going to be on the left and right. The mall is not ready to say it. I know who they're going to be. They are some familiar names. I don't know who that little brown one is next to Belka's, though. I have not figured that one out. But you can tell, I think it looks great. I love the split.
Mm-hmm.
I think pretty sure it's going to have, you can see the walking area, or where the walking area is going to be. I think it's going to be turf. May have trees or fountains or benches, but I like the vibe. I like the split. Especially once now that road on the backside gets connected to Home Depot and EAC.
Mm-hmm.
The backside connected will just make it so seamless. So
that's great.
I didn't see the vision at first, but now I do. I think a lot of other people do too. But I don't see how you can argue the mall was better beforehand. I just don't get it.
Definitely not. They're doing good things out there. Here's your video you took of Publix
Yes, that's Publix. Obviously, you can see the walls. I could only get so close due to safety and fences and stuff, and I don't want to get arrested for being on property that I shouldn't be. So I parked where I could and walked around. But that is Publix is gone very vertical. I think my videos are better. These are now. I think took them in 8K. Should have done that with the concerts and stuff, but now I know. We learn. But I think Publix is still on track for 2026, and I think, as far as I know, this is the Publix building itself and not the shops. It's the shops at Pear Orchard is with Publix. I think it's supposed to have up to 12 stores, so a mini mall, shopping center, whatever you want to call it. So, but obviously they're making. Looks like every single week, more and more stuff is. You can see more and more stuff over there. I know people are excited.
Here's your video from Kroger's.
Yeah, so I parked on the side of the road, and that's Kroger. You can see right there that Kroger has gone vertical recently. So they're making around 2. I'm pretty sure they're on pace for 2026. I don't think I saw 2027 in theirs, but it's going to be the biggest Kroger we have. If people think it's like the mall or like the E-Town Swim one, as people would call it, Mulberry, this is going to be much, much bigger. You can see Dollar General in the background over there. You'll be able to see Servants Valley at that light. So this is that corner across from the government center, but this could be a huge, huge, huge Kroger. So obviously in 2026, our grocery games have stepped up quite a bit.
You also took this video. Let me mute that.
Yep, that's it.
So that is Freddy's.
So I parked at Menards and walked around the car wash, and that's Freddy's right there. I know my parents are thrilled, but my dad said him and my mom go there about like once a week, if not at least once a month. They look like they've been doing great work out there. I know that they're very big on social media, especially on Instagram. I think TikTok. He's always doing updates over there. But this will be the first Freddy's in E-Town. Yes, there is a reminder. We do have one on Dixie and Radcliffe. It is still open. It's going to remain open. I think we can support 2. So, and plus the more steak burgers and smash burgers coming our way. So I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you can see all those videos. Thank you, Phil, for putting those up because I don't have the technical know-how for that. But getting to business news, something I stumbled upon because somebody just put in a comment about when I said Shogun was being sold is Capri's Italian Fine Dining is coming to Elizabethtown. It is the same group of brothers that's behind the Glasgow Napoli's. I'm assuming you say it one of the 2 ways. But I checked them out on Google reviews. They got 4.8 out of 5 out of 280 reviews, so they must know what they're doing. So if you're not familiar with this building, it is the building that you have to go through either the La Quinta parking lot or the Duff's parking lot. It's a real small building. It's where Namaste started. Southern Nights was out there for a little bit. Sunny Boys was there for a little bit. Hoodoo's Pizzeria was out there for a little bit. So it's been a couple things. They hope to be open by the end of the year. I went in the other day on Saturday, and to be honest, it's in rough shape, but or look like they're trying to clean it up and get it ready. But obviously, Duff's was in rough shape, and we saw what it turned into. Yokefellows the same way; they were in rough shape. And Yokefellow, by the way, so it should be opening in the next 2 weeks as well. So we'll tie that one into that. So be on the lookout for Capri's. Like I said, they've got Napoli's in Glasgow, and if you want to go check them out, they're rated fantastic. Social on Main is no longer Social on Main. It is now just Social Food Hall. So I'm going to read what they said. Let me get back over here. We changed the name from Social on Main to Social Food Hall because, wait for it, we're a food hall. They kind of are. That when out-of-town guests come to E-Town, it's crystal clear what we are, a place where you can explore food stalls, drinks, and experience all under one roof. As for our tagline, where flavor meets fun, that's our way of saying it's more than just food here. We've got games, events, and plenty of reasons to hang out after your plate is empty. Basically, if you're looking for good eats and good times, you're in the right place. We will still be referred to our short name Social. That's what I called them. I mean, not too much I say social. I mean, I usually just said Social. So to the warriors of the keyboard trenches, don't worry. Same food, same drink, same fun. Just a name that makes sense. Now go ahead and order a drink. It'll help. One of the hashtags was relax. It's a glow up. The fries didn't change. So I think it was kind of funny. I do like the new color scheme. I've always been a fan of Aqua. I like to do. They started using that. So that's been a change. I think it makes sense. I mean, it does change for something that's only been a couple of years, but I think some people forgot that it's food. People are like, hey, what is it? they got tired of answering that question. So to me, it makes sense. Obviously, I've been a big fan of them and Hub House and everybody downtown. So I'm okay with it. I think some people will be mad, but I think it makes sense. D&D is closed. If you didn't know, it started out as a dated and dented. I guess that's what it started, or that's what it means, or dented and dated. It's on South Dixie, so if you're going toward Glendale from E-Town, it would have been on the right. It's next to the Amish furniture store. It has closed. The building has been sold. I checked with a certain Danny O'Brien. I'm pretty sure John knows him. I don't know who the new owner is yet, but it's closing, and I would guess we're going to get some news on that location soon. A cool story, thanks to our show last week. We had Shanice, I mentioned Shanice Johnson from She and Company, and we had Christy on. She was our special guest. Well, Shanice got hooked up with Christy immediately after the show, and then Shanice got hooked up with Kayla Nevels. So She and Company, which I talked about, found a home last week, and this all came together. It was nice to see that a bunch of white old guys like us could help all these ladies hook up for business. I think that's kind of cool. So She and Company will be going to the Yellow House on Dixie, as I call it. I think that's where Patty Lucas's building was, if I'm not mistaken. It's out near the former News Enterprise. So if you're going from downtown, it's going to be the Yellow House on the left before you get to Ace Hardware and Slim Chickens. But they will be moving out there. I think they've already landed one of their first clients to do either makeup or hair. So Shanice has invited us later on when they get going to come in, and I think she wants to be on the show too. She's a big fan. So it's cool to see how all that came together just by people networking and seeing us, and Chrissy was a big help. Recovery Works is closing as well. I've seen several people post about that. It says it's closing in October. I've been told by several sources due to budget cuts and the big beautiful bill. I'm not going to get too much into politics here, but that was one of the ones that happened. We know there are going to be places around the state that are going to be closing. Unfortunately, this is one of them. I don't have a closing date in mind, but that is happening. To be unfortunate. I know it's helped out some people. People have had jobs there, so it's unfortunate to see anything closes. And I've got one more because I know that one of mine is on John's. But Bobcat has an open house Thursday, October 2nd from 11 to 2. That is 51 Harvest Drive. It's called their Customer Appreciation Open House from Bobcat Enterprises. So I'm sure construction people and people that need movers will be out there. But that is a reminder that is happening Thursday. And that's about all I got right now.
Did we mention the K-pop grand opening tomorrow?
That's going to be
okay.
The boy below you. He's got that one.
I got you.
He's also got RDR as well. So I would stay away from both of those.
Gotcha. And yeah, so we'll just go ahead and switch over to events now. Thank you, Nate. John.
Yeah, a lot of events going on. Speaking of Christy, though, today she's got her grand opening of Iconic Branding LLC at the Brown Peasy House, 4 to 6. Got that special iconic drink going on. Got some sweet treats by Bloom Bakery, right? It'd be a fun time over there. Go see Christy.
I'm headed down after we're done here.
Well, I'll see you after that then, maybe.
Yeah, probably so.
So that's happening today. We also have, again, K-Pot opening tomorrow, October 1st. Grand opening, 12 p.m. There will be a line outside of that place. I will probably go see them in 3 weeks because that line's going to be crazy. I remember when Olive Garden opened up and E-Town didn't know what was happening. That had a massive line. So K-Pot will have a long line.
And I'm pretty sure they're not taking reservations as they start off. I believe it's going to be first come, first serve. You better get there early and wait in line. But as far as I know, they're not taking reservations anytime soon.
And they are also time-based. So you're in there for a certain amount of time for a certain price. So it's not like they're going to turn and burn fast. I guarantee people are going to be in there for their full time. So it's a limited amount that first day and first week kind of thing.
Now, I think I saw their Facebook event had something like 2,000 RSVPs. So if you're trying to get in tomorrow, you might want to get there fairly early.
I camp out tonight. Just go ahead and head out there. I feel like after I get off work tonight, I'm going to drive by. I'll see if I can get a snapshot if anybody's actually camping out outside there and see what we got going on.
Yes. And before you move on to the next one, just a reminder, guys, to go to hardinlocal.com. Like if you're like, oh, these are so many events, I can't remember it. Just go to hardinlocal.com. One of the top links for this week's podcast, it may be the top link. It says Hardin County events, PDF download or whatever. We have everything there, and it's all linked back to the proper Facebook page or wherever we found it at.
A lot of stuff. Yeah. There's also a manufacturing job fair today or tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at American Legion. And a Magic the Gathering Commander Night at Hardin County Public Library. So that sounds like fun if you're a card player. Did you guys play any of those games when you were young?
I watched my friends play, but I never really got into it.
Yeah, wasn't my thing.
Yeah. I had interest, but my mom wouldn't let me get near that D&D. She thought that was something that wasn't
Yeah,
for us.
my mom was similar. Yeah.
Thursday we got the toddler and preschool story time at the county library, so that's a fun event. Take your kid down there 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Food truck Thursday at the farmers market. That's a fun time. Bunch of food trucks. I'm not sure if Busted Bites is there. If they are, I'm gonna try to swing by. I love, like I said, their corn dogs are amazing. Everything they make's amazing, but those corn dogs. I know, Nate, did you try it?
Courtney had the corn dog, and she said it's one of the best she's ever had. They were very friendly. That line was hopping all day when we were out there. And then I had the smash burger. I loved it, and I loved the fries. I liked how they were just. I like them like that, the way they cooked them. So that was great. Courtney and I, we both loved what we had, and then we were able to go to Hub House to get a drink. I love their new fountain drinks, so we were able to take advantage of that one too. So yeah, Busted Bites at Hub House definitely hooked us up on Saturday. We're very appreciative, and you're right, they were busted. Courtney's a huge corn dog fan. I mean, sometimes you go to Sonic and get one, and so this is one of the best corn dogs, and it's got to be one of the biggest. Good Lord, that thing's huge.
Oh yeah, like I said, when I was battering that thing, I had to get it in there good. It was wild. And then you got to hold it in the oil. It was an experience. Like I said, we have that video. It'll be coming out soon.
It will be. Then we do. It'll be good too. I'm gonna edit it up.
We got 75-cent wings at the American Legion, 5:30 to 8:30. We also have the Mermaid and Pirates Night on Thursday at the Chick-fil-A at the mall. Not the one out by the highway, but the one by the mall. 5:30 to 8:30 or 5:30 to 7. That sounds like a fun time. Like I want to see a bunch of pirates and I mean it's getting spooky season. We gotta have the kids dressing up, right?
Mm-hmm. Kids will love that.
Phil, does your son like dressing up? Like is that something he enjoys?
Yeah, I mean that one's a little bit of a younger kids, I think, than mine because Aiden's 11 now, but he still loves to dress up for Halloween. He's gonna be one of those. Dang it, can't think of it. It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah. Think about it. Like I'm interested in what he's gonna be because that's I always like.
I know I bought him a sword at the state fair, like a big $80, one of those Japanese ninja type things. So I just can't think of the character he's gonna be.
Right on. So we also have a community craft night on Thursday at 6 p.m. outside the Chamber of Commerce. Bingo night at Revival. 4-H Feathers and Fluff Club at the Hardin County Extension Office. And a big event that Christy talked about last week, I believe it's the Life of a Showgirl release party at Cavern Club, right? Benefits to the CASA of Heartland. So that's 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. because that's going to be the first time you can see or hear the new album, I guess.
You need to go to CASA's website to get tickets for that if you want to go.
Yeah, and then I think also that at that night they're releasing a movie or a videos at the theater, Crown Point Theater. They have that showing out there as well right after that. So I think it's probably they're the first ones, and then you can go out there. If you miss that one, can't go to Cavern Club because I'm sure there's people that are underage that want to still experience that they can go out to. And I don't know if you have to be of age to go to this CASA thing. Do you know that, Phil?
I think so. It's at the Cavern Club. I think once that late at night, I don't think you can be under 21 and go to that. I don't.
Well, yeah, so that's what I was wondering because I know it's part of JR Neighbors now. It's not a separate.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows the answer to that question that's watching, let us know and we'll clarify.
Yeah. But Friday, we've got Coffee and Connections at the Apostoli in Radcliffe.
That's the
Yeah.
Radcliffe Small Business Alliance put that on. They do it once a month.
Kind of meet there, kind of hang out, talk about what you're doing, what you're going to come and happen next month. Second annual Charlie Fraley Golf Scramble at the Heartland Golf Course. That hits me a little bit because you got to be 3 years to be an annual, but we'll let it go. We'll let it pass. So next year to be the third annual. We can't wait for that one. The Lions Club also has a golf scramble going on at the E-Town Country Club that same day. So you got to kind of pick and choose which one you're going to do, unless you just knock out both. Start early at the Charlie Fraley, and then head on out to the other one if you want. We also have a Twitty and Lynn, a Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn salute at the State Theater. So that's always a fun thing when they do those kind of throwbacks to the old music. I love Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty's amazing. You guys like him?
Mhm.
Yep. Old country.
I love the references. So they reference Conway Twitty in Family Guy like so many times. I mean, I haven't watched any of the newer seasons, but like in the old ones, they like would mention him almost once a season. Like they cut to him just singing. That was hilarious. It is also football season. I know Nate knows more about this than I do, but Nate, do you still go to any of the games at all?
I haven't been able to just because I work on Friday nights.
Gotcha.
So, like,
Okay.
I haven't caught any games. I know it's been a pretty rough season for almost every single area team. I don't think we have anybody ranked in the top 10 right now. North, I think North's been in and out, but Central Hardin's been rough. John, E-Town. Knox has actually had a decent season for Knox. But yeah, I don't see anybody going to state semifinals this year.
Right. Yeah. But we do have Central Hardin at Davies County. We have North Hardin, no game. So next game is going to be next week against PRP. John Hardin is going to be at Bethlehem. Elizabethtown is at Marion County. And Fort Knox is at McLean. So everybody's away this week. Everybody's out of the county. But next week, there'll be some back in town, I'm sure.
Yep.
Saturday, we've got a lot. I got a yard sale fundraiser. Carson's Crew is going to be at the Stifton Baptist Church in Radcliffe. Bear and Son Cutlery President Show at the Red Hill Cutlery.
All right, stop right there. So I think in our notes it said President is Ken Griffey Jr. Is he going to be
that.
in town on Saturday?
That's what it was alluding to, but I don't know.
Because if he's in town, I'm definitely going to Radcliffe. I think a lot of baseball fans will be going to Radcliffe, especially given the Reds going to be in the playoffs. But the fact that if Ken Griffey Jr. is here, that's
Right.
huge. Well, obviously, we'll try to update you on, like, we'll all make posts and get out there.
We need to figure that out. I got his rookie card. I'd like to take it and get it signed if he's really going to be there. But yeah.
Oh, also, I can't believe. Oh yeah, this is fine. I also forgot Thurman's Landing Wednesday. They got the food truck Wednesday at Thurman's Landing. So out there in Sonora, beautiful scenery out there. You just take a blanket, sit down, eat with the family. It's a great time. Let's go back to Wednesday. Let's go back to Saturday. Warm Blessings has a Hoods Up for Hunger car show. 8 a.m. is when it starts at the American Legion. Very good cause. Warm Blessings provides meals, things like that for the community. Amazing place. Go support them. Thomas Dairy Farm and Market will have John Langley live in Cecilia, 12 to 3. Also, they're just doing their thing. You know, it's fall time. All those farms have all the fun stuff for the kids, family, food. It's a great time. People line up for this one big time. I don't know if you all have been to it before, but the Cousins Maine Lobster Food Truck at Flywheel, 12 to 7. It's some good stuff, and they sell out pretty quick. And I know that, like I said, they bring more and more each time, but they keep selling out. It seems like really good food.
Bring a chair. Bring a chair.
Bring a chair. That's it. You got to wait in line. Bring a chair. I may see who's waiting in there the day before. Maybe a couple people in there. Pangea Gaming, though, has a monthly trading game at Lincoln Trail, Radcliffe at 301 Lincoln Trail, 2 to 4. The grand opening of RDR Gifts and Decor is going to be Saturday, 12 to 6.
And I think that you can also get a sneak peek at Bloom Bakery. I think they said they're gonna have some stuff out there too. I
Okay,
know
awesome.
they're opening in October out there, but yeah, RDR. I think it stands for Rochelle Danielle Rose. It's a
Okay,
gift decor and lots of pink in their picture. But we'll share that one. I think they also just opened a store in Bardstown too, so they're obviously they're a growing regional boutique brand.
great. All right, so we've got the David Bewley Memorial Pool at the Hardin County Fairgrounds, 12 p.m. to pool will start at 5 p.m. So that's always fun to see a tractor pull, see all them try to like pull it farther. I really never understood the rules because I've seen like I guess they put different types of weights or different weights on them that change it out. But it's fun to just watch everybody get excited about it. I know the
Mhm.
Meade County one is really fun. Like people come around from everywhere to go to that Meade County pool.
This one should be a good one to go to. I think they have
Yeah.
trucks too, not just tractors.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'd like to see what a Tesla would do. One of those cyber trucks would do out there with those. See if somebody local would take their
Yeah,
cyber truck out there and sacrifice it up to the tractor pull gods.
that'd be great. Stacy.
We also have the Fall Festival Fish Fry at the Heaven Bound Baptist Church, 3 to 6 on Saturday. There's another Harvest Festival, 4 to 6 at the New River Worship Center. Something fun at Social Food Hall will be the Art Unscripted. It's a little spoken word, improv, and art. I'm kind of interested in what that would be because I mean, those are all kind of different things, and I like to see kind of how that gets blended together. I know there's a art show coming up next weekend that I'll have some more info about at Flywheel, different collective art group, but uh, we'll have some info on that next week.
I'm going to
Speaking
send
of art, speaking of art, before you Nate, we did that live stream with Eddie Milburn
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago, and I've been working on getting that edit on that video done. So if you guys missed the live stream, I should have that out this week. Actually, I was running into some issues with the edit, but look for that.
segue
Right.
from that. I ran into Eddie. I had never met him in person, just through Facebook, but ran into him a few weeks ago at local butcher. We were both getting some meat and supporting a local show, and he said it was cool how I was supporting them and supporting him, and he was supporting us. So it was neat. But yeah, he's a great guy. He did somebody's belly this past weekend at one of the shows that they wanted to like an alien belly, and it was very cool. He showed that, and I think the art unscript is gonna be in the Overlook. I think is what they call it now, the upstairs. That's where they had
Mhm.
a comedy show, and it's a very nice place. They have pool tables up there, lots of different chairs. So like if you're not a fan of bar seating, or if you're not a fan of tables, there's like 8 different types of options to seat. So you'll find something comfortable for you. I think that's where it's probably gonna be set up. It's a great little place to have music and comedy and art, improv, poetry. It's just a very versatile spot.
Very nice. So on Saturday, also, we're on Saturday still. The
Stacy just commented.
rabies clinic. Oh, what did he say?
They said just got Cybertruck cleaned up. Don't think I'll be hitting the truck or tractor pulls anytime soon. But I've seen some on YouTube. So yeah, I have too. They're definitely, if you're into that thing, go check out the Cybertruck pulls on YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, the rabies clinic will be out at the fairgrounds on Saturday, 10 to 2 as well. So they're gonna be if you gotta get, I guess, a rabies shot for your dog, they'll take care of you out there. Thank you, Keith Tall, for that info. Also, the haunted house at the Masonic Lodge. That's kind of a fun thing. That is Saturday, 7 to 10. Really cool. I think it's going for a couple weeks. They're going to do that a couple weeks. So this is the second week that they're doing it, I think.
Do they do that every year? I've never heard of that before.
Well, so they've changed it around. So they used to do a haunted tour that linked up with the historic walking tour that was a historic haunted tour kind of thing. And they would go around downtown and go to different spots that were supposedly haunted and kind of talk about what was at that place and why it was supposedly haunted. I think they've narrowed it down to where it's just at the temple there, though, now.
Okay.
Multi-day events. So we got a couple of those, kind of doing it that way. Hardin County Farmers Markets every Wednesday and Saturday. Got the fresh produce, meats, baked goods, local crafts. Still waiting on some pawpaws. Somebody did comment to me that there's some up in like New Albany area. I'd rather find some local, and I may just go out. Apparently, Glendale has a lot of creeks and rivers that have pawpaw trees around them, so I may just go foraging myself and do like maybe a live video or a video that I'll send to Phil to edit for that.
Do it.
Also have the Spooky Moon Market at the community center this weekend, the 4th and 5th. It's gonna be Halloween themed vendor fair, live music, ghost hunts. So that's gonna kind of pair up with the other one. Also, there's a witches walk Saturday, 4 p.m. at the Pritchard Community Center too during that. So if you're into the little witchy stuff and want to check it out, they're there. And Sacred Eagle, I think it's having its first anniversary special, $40 flash tattoos, the 4th and 5th this weekend. So that's a very good tattoo studio here in town. Opened up a year ago. Very good here on Mulberry, right next to kind of I think it's what's the trophy store called? Do you know, Nate?
No, the trophy store on Mulberry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in that little spot where Papa John's
Yeah.
used to be a long time ago.
yeah. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
I can't think. While you're looking that up, Bus and Bites said they'll be at Flywheel Brewing tonight for trivia, 5:30
Award
to 8 p.m.
Award Center. Okay, so yeah, it's in the
49
Award
hundred.
Center section. Yep. So it's in that Award Center section. Again, really good artist. $40 tattoos. I mean, you always want to tip your tattoo artist, but a $40 tattoo is a great deal.
Thanks, Christina. She let us know too.
Yeah. That's all I've got, I believe, right now. Again, all those things are in the PDF.
They're all there. If you guys see any errors in them, let us know so we can fix. I think I got them all right this time. Every once in a while, when I combine everything, the AI gets it doesn't get the date wrong. It gets the day of the week wrong.
Yeah.
I think that'd be its number one thing that it could get right. But yeah, it's not as easy as everybody thinks. I just feed it into AI. I wish it was that easy, but I'm figuring it out. So this is only the second week we've done that PDF, but I think people like it. We got quite a few downloads last week. I was checking to see if there were any other comments. You mentioned the Foreman Landing on Wednesday. Oh, and before we're done, let's pop this Boots Bourbon and Bling QR code again. That'll take you straight to their event, and you can buy right there. You can go to dinner for $40 if you add the bourbon pool on. It's $30 more. And we had one comment from Lisa. As a spouse of an active duty soldier and resident of Hardin County, I appreciate my membership with the FKSCC to help me keep my ties to the military and Hardin County area. Plus, my kiddos who attend Central Hardin High School were able to apply. So that's great. All right. Looks like we've covered everything. I'm going to pop our QR code again. And we ask you to go to hardinlocal.com. That's our Linktree page. You can download the event PDF. You can also check out our recent special guest videos with Christy last week, Kevin Jaggers the week before. And I think I went back 4 weeks on that, so you can watch those different things. And then you can scroll on down to our Hardin Local checklist. And we would really like for you guys, if you don't have time to go figure out our social media pages, the one that we would like you to obviously like is this one right here on Facebook or wherever you're watching us from. But then go over to our YouTube channel and go ahead and subscribe to that, because we want to build that audience up as well. All right, guys, I think we covered everything. I don't think there's much else to discuss this week. So we thank everybody for joining us, and we'll see you again next Tuesday. Have a great, safe week. And don't forget to come see us, or at least come see me and Christy Gordon tonight at Brown Pusey House. Actually, it's 4 o'clock to 6 p.m. for her new business that's opening. And we'll see you next week.